So you've asked for what you want, you've prayed for what you want, you've been dreaming about what you want, but it's still not coming. Why is that? We're going to talk about that this morning. This is Tom Kieran with the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness in San Diego, California, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Welcome back, guys. I want to talk about getting stuck in the asking stage of creation. So we're going to talk about the law of creation or the energy of creation. Remember, we're always creating. So it's not, we can get hung up and go, well, I keep asking, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You're still creating. It's a matter of creating what you want and then allowing it to come to you. And so let's see where you're getting hung up. So you've asked, now let it come to you. This is really what I wanted to share with you this morning. Where we get hung up sometimes is in the allowing part, surrendering to that higher power, surrendering to that creation energy and letting it come to us. Because it's not about striving, it's not about forcing it. You can't make things, it's not about making things happen. It's not about controlling the process. All of that is fear-based creating. Guys, we want to create out of the love base. That's love is about letting go, embracing, letting it come to you. We talked a little bit about this. So where are we getting hung up? Well, we're on this side still. We've set we know what we want. We have some strong desires. We talked about why desire is good, but when desire turns into heavy resistance, a wanting, a feeling of lack, a feeling of not having, then it can work against you. So we want desire really to turn into intention, where you have a strong desire and now you intend or you choose to have what you want in life. This is about using your focus and going after what you want, but not in a striving way, just walking towards it and letting the universe bring it to you. This is important, right? When I say go after, I meant you've set the attention, you've made your choice. Now it's a slam dunk, but you've got to be resistance-free. Don't start struggling and striving and try to pull it towards you. Try to control the process. Even if you feel like when we get into this stage, sometimes we feel like we have to make it happen. You don't have to make it happen, guys. You've asked, you've had your desire, you set your intention. Now you've got to allow it to come to you. You've got to drop the resistance. There's a tendency to think that unless I struggle, unless I strive, unless I move my hands and feet and I'm working, then it's not going to come to me. Unless I show the universe that I really want it, unless I keep asking the universe for it, it's going to forget. God's going to forget about my prayers. Guys, God doesn't forget. He knows what you want. And you don't even have to say it out loud. Your desires are heard. We get stuck here by a nonstop cycle of where is it? It's not here yet. It's not here yet. I'm going to ask again. It's not here yet. I'm going to ask again. My desire still hasn't come. I'm going to ask again. This is where we get stuck. We've got to stop asking and start allowing. You've asked. Abraham Hicks, the spiritual teacher, says, ask and it is given. You've asked, it's done. It's already been, remember that image has already been created in the metaphysical space. You now got to allow it to come to you. You've got to drop the resistance, right? And then surrender to it. So if you look at the first two, desire, intention, then allowing, surrender. Once you drop the resistance and you keep resistance free, you're not loading up your desire into a having, into a lackful state. You're getting into the state of wishes fulfilled. You can see you're thinking from it instead of it. You're imagining that it's already fulfilled. You can see yourself with it. This is all allowing. This is the stuff we've talked about, right? Thinking from the end. Thinking of wishes fulfilled. Neville Goddard uses this thing about, I remember when. See, if you remember when something was, that means it must have been changed and you must have accomplished your goal. Very good techniques for allowing. This is all about allowing it to come to you because it's already there. And then you move to knowing. You just know. You surrender to the universe. You surrender to those powers, knowing that of yourself you cannot It's not by you, it's through you. God works through you. You're part of God. So once you surrender that, let go, let God, right? And then just be you, right? I think many times we get caught up when we don't see our desires coming, when we're not getting what we want, and even when we're getting what we don't want, if we're putting out that opposite energy, that negative attachment, we start questioning our technique and questioning whether we're doing it right. That will slow you down. That's a sure way to keep your creations from you. So that doubt and fear that you're doing it right is what keeps it from you, right? Also, I think sometimes we try to follow the exact steps somebody else followed. You might have a particular spiritual teacher you like that you follow, and you start following they tell you what they manifested or something like that, or you see what their life, and then you try to duplicate that. Guys, that will slow you down. That's you shouldn't have any idols, right? It's nice. Learn the how to do it, the techniques and the philosophy behind it, but don't try to follow exactly what somebody's doing. Everybody's different. You need to be you. And I think that slows us down a lot on our creations as well. We try to copy or be like somebody else or see what they attracted. The universe has an infinite amount of ways to bring you what you want. You are a unique you have a unique God-given gift to create. Everybody has it. It's your own unique gift. You've got to do it with your blueprint of who you are, right? Don't idolize anyone. Don't try to follow their exact ways. They'll give you an idea of the steps and how to follow them. Then you do it in your way, right? And I think, guys, a good thing to do whenever is to always overlay gratitude in all of this. Constant gratitude. We've talked about this. There's that power of constant gratitude for having it, right? That's another way to allow, right? Thinking in advance, that gratitude in advance. So this is where you're getting stuck. You're getting stuck in, you keep asking for what you want. You've got to stop asking and start allowing. How do you allow? Some of the techniques we've talked about, we'll talk about those more. The idea of wishes fulfilled, feeling, imagining as if your wish is already filled, visualizing yourself in that situation, not thinking of it, right? And thanking God in advance, knowing that it's already come to you, that you already have what you want. These are some of the things that we've talked about. This is total allowance. And it's when we keep looking, it's not here yet. I asked and it's not here. I got to keep asking God. You don't have to keep asking God. That's what slows you down. That's what keeps your creations away from you. We get stuck in this asking stage where we really need to be is in allowing. This is where most of your time will be. You're always asking, right? As Abraham Hicks would say. And then choosing, right? And then when events come up that don't fit the script, that go against what you want, that's where you've got to stay into this allowing stage. Don't let resistance come in, right? This is where quickly we can pick up on some negativity, view an event that it didn't fit your script. You view it as negative, and then you go back to asking again. You get negative and you think you have to ask again. It's still not coming. This thing happened. I didn't want this. I wanted this. That's where we get hung up, right? So we're going to talk a little about this. Vadim Zeland in Transurfing Reality Transurfing calls this intent coordination. The idea as every event you should be thankful for because it's leading you on your path and not to judge those events, right? Judge them as everything is good. It's leading you on your path, right? If you look at everything as a positive outcome, that will keep you in the allowing stage. That's where we get hung up. We start resisting when something doesn't fit our script, doesn't fit what you asked for, and you go back to desire again, and then intention. And you never get past this allowance, and then to surrender. Surrendering to the knowing that it's in God, that the universe has it, it's in God's hand, let go, let God, it's coming. And it's a knowing that it's coming. No matter what happens, no matter what events come up that seem contrary to what you asked for, or seem contrary to what you want, You've got to stay in that knowing and that allowing. That's what keeps you. Otherwise, you keep bouncing back and you go back to the starting point again. This is really the key, guys. That you've got to stop staring reality in the face and keep your thoughts on the image or that you've created that you know is coming to you, right? We keep staring at what is. You got to go beyond your senses and have that sense of feeling your way to what you want. It's already created in that quantum field, and it's coming to you. So this is where we get stuck on. And most of the time, we can do a good job with allowing, but then suddenly something happens, a negative event comes up, and it throws us off track. It throws us off the horse, right? We get oh wow, and then we think we have to go back and start asking again, and then it's just this sort of negative cycle, right? We talked about that vicious cycle: looking at reality, then sending out the thoughts, reacting to it, creating an image by that reaction, and then getting back to another reflection and reacting to that. This is where you want to stay. Once you ask, it's done. It's given, it's done, it's coming. And then you just look at everything once you have that confidence, you know it's coming, you know it's going to be there. And then guys, it's going to happen. This will open up the floodgates for you. Yeah. We'll talk more about this. That's all I have right now for this morning. This is Tom Karen with the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness in San Diego, California, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Guys, don't forget to hit the subscription button, a little caricature of me with a headset, the notification bell so you never miss a video, and like the video and share it. That's how we get our message out. Yeah, until next time, this is Tom. See you soon.